What's up YouTube? Welcome back to Andy's Vintage Guitars. I'm Andy and today I've got a 1978 Fender Precision bass in the classic natural with the black pickguard. So this is a classic mid-late 70s look for the natural one because, you know, before 73 they had the taut. It's got the tug bar, so we moved this on the E strings where before used to be on the G, where people used to play with the thumb a lot more, but then turned to be the opposite. And so we're using the rest of the hands and resting the thumb here. It's still got the covers, complete original. It's got a little bit, just a little bit of marks from use, but you know, at the end of the day, this thing is nearly 50 years old. Really nice piece of rosewood. It's got the serial number on the headstock and the Charlotte tuners. They're the original Fender, but they were made by Charlotte and they were nice and shiny. Yeah, volume and tone, classic split coil. You can't see the bridge, but the bridge is there. And funny, still has the foam, the mutes that came from the factory. This bass comes with the original case. And when I got it, I actually got it from the original owner. I was just traveling down New South Wales, Byron Bay. It's a beautiful part of the world. And I actually stopped by to check this thing because it was up for sale. I said, why not? Let's have a look. And I, you know, had a great conversation with this guy that said, I bought it because my band needed a bass player, but I could not play bass. I was a guitarist. And I'm like, how's that possible? Usually it's the other way around. I am a bass player that cannot play guitar, but I've never heard the opposite, but eventually they do exist. There you go. So this guy was really nice, told me stories, had some pictures in the case of him, younger, and yeah, he bought it brand new from the shop in 1978. So it came with the case and still the original invoice from the shop and the keys and the cable and the strap and all the documentation, the warranty cards. Pretty cool. So here you go. So this is a 78. In 78 we're using ash at Fender and they're a little bit on the heavier side, so this is pretty solid. I mean, it's not crazy, but yeah, definitely not as light as the earlier older one. Yeah, it's got the perloid inlay. The frets are a little bigger than the pre-CBS for obvious reason. They did change it. And something really cool, I don't know if you can see it, but this bass has actually bird's eye on the maple of the neck, which is something rare. It's got a little bit of it on the headstock too. You can see some dots there. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, he looked after it. Well, he said that he played it for 5-6 years and then it's been sitting under the bed. So my main concern was who that truster might not be happy about the fact that it's been untouched for 40 years, but nah, it's perfect. You know, actually moved really well when I did the little adjustment on the neck. It's straight, and luckily he actually has been using round wounds, which in those days, in the 70s and 80s, the flat wounds were like very thick and they pulled a lot. So a lot of the necks that haven't been touched from those days, they actually twisted and, you know, or bowed, sadly. They needed to be adjusted constantly, but people that had them sitting under the bed for decades, I haven't been doing that, and sometimes there's problems with those necks. Luckily this one had rounds, and as you can see, it's okay. Now, what do? Oh yeah, we make some noise. tip from Andy and the 1978 precision bass. This bass is absolutely beautiful. As I said, one owner, so if you want to get something really cool with all the paperwork and the keys and the covers untouched, all the joints, this is the one. It will be listed on my website www.andysvintageguitars.com, as well as Reverb, and you'll find some pictures on Instagram, and you can always check with me if there's any question about it, and we'll see you next time.